morning. Hey guys, it's Theia. Welcome. I want to do, because it's been too long, a bit of a tarot roundup. I think I kind of want to call it more of like a tarot catch-up, just because like I haven't, the last few months have been very like stagnant in the new deck department, and it's more of just what I've been using. But sure, tarot roundup, tarot catch-up, same deal. You get the idea. I've been calling it this tarot roundup for literally years at this point, so why not mess with a good thing? But I just kind of want to go over what decks I've been using and like really loving. Since I've been back, I've been just like, I haven't like jumped headfirst into like a very deep tarot study or anything, but I've just been like really enjoying using tarot and oracle lately. Just like soaking it up and I don't know, it's just been so nice. So I just want to share you a couple of like the deck pairs I've been using and just what ones have been floating my boat and just like the general vibe, because I feel like it's a different general vibe than I was expecting. If anyone knows me, it won't be a surprise. It'll probably feel very comfortable, this particular vibe, but I feel like it's been a while since I've been like in this like, I don't know, like cozy witchy of a space. So anyway, should be fun. There is a couple, not the top one there, but there are a couple of new ones. So since I've been back, I have jumped into a few new decks. There's also going to be a video in the member space going into great detail about some of the other new ones that I ordered as well. So from Tarot Collectibles. So anyway, yeah, that's that. So let's go over to the tarot table and let's just have a chat and a card flipping smorgasbord. I'm pumped. Let's do it. We made it over to the tarot table. The sun has moved in such a way that we can now see what the heck is going on. I've got a, oh wait, hold on. Oh my gosh, I forgot the microphone. It's my first day. New guys, I'm new. Sorry, here, let me just fix. There we go. That should sound less terrible, I hope. I don't know. Does the microphone do anything? Probably. I guess we will learn that today. All right, so we're back. I'm surrounded by piles of decks, which is great. It's a great place to be. Love that. It's so funny. I'm in such... Okay, I think, hear me out. Because I missed out on like peak/mid spring, which is when I usually get super into my fairy decks, because I missed that this year. I feel like I'm like catching up. I'm getting back into it really hard, really quick, and I'm like living for it. As you can see on the table here, I guess this probably didn't need to be out at the beginning, but it's here. We may as well chat about it. I could not get this deck out of my brain. The Victorian Fairy Tarot by Linnea Weatherstone. Weatherspoons. I'm thinking like, what is it? The spoons. Waterspoons? Weatherspoons. Waterstone. Waterstones is a bookstore. Weatherspoons is pub in England. Anyway, never mind. That's an aside. I don't live there, but I vaguely remember. Anyway, this deck used to be a mass market deck, and I'm pretty sure it has like a Llewellyn feel about it. But it's been out of print for ages. They did a re-release of an indie version of it. It came in this huge whole box. I think it was a Kickstarter actually. And I didn't jump on it when it was a Kickstarter. Obviously I had other things going on, whatever excuses, doesn't matter. But now that I'm in this kind of fantastical yet cozy, kind of like I don't know, a really like magical, it's spring, explore the intricacies and magical details of what it is to live your life in your home kind of energy, if that makes any sense. I couldn't stop thinking about it. So I found out that a tarot shop near me, sorry, this is getting tangenty right off the get-go, it's hilarious, but anyway, a tarot shop near me had the Kickstarter edition of it for sale for a very reasonable price, especially considering the exchange and customs and all that jazz and shipping that I didn't have to pay, which is wild. I took a little drive. I went out on a mission specifically to pick this little bad boy up. And the whole kit came with, this is the deck, the Victorian Fairy Tarot. And it also came with this gorgeous, like the guidebook. Look at this. Look at this. This is incredible. I had no idea that it was this like the production value. Very storybook, very gorgeous and amazing. This will probably be out for a substantial amount of time. Like, this is the whole kit. Like, it's huge. And then you open it up. It came with the cutest silk cloth of a reasonable size, wonderful quality. Can use that as like a headband if I wanted to. Came with postcards. It came with a little field notes journal, and there's a second deck in here, sorry. Mini version, which I'm not totally convinced I'm going to use. There it is, this little guy. I love a small deck, but I feel like the art, I don't know. I'm not as pumped about the little deck as I am the big one, which is weird because usually it would be the other way around. I would be like, yes, give me the little guy. Anyway, I just, for context, wanted to show the like absolute gorgeous whimsy that this whole set kind of comes with. It was a Kickstarter, but I'm pretty sure you can still like purchase the set from the creator's website, so I'll link it down below if I can find it. Anyway, this is the newest little guy around here, and I don't know, I feel it right now. So I imagine a lot of you are familiar with this deck. The Kickstarter came out a while ago. And like I said, it has a very Llewellyn feel about it, very storybook. The suits are all the seasons, which I thought was going to be tricky, but it makes enough sense to me that I can work with it. The kind of readings I would do with this deck are a little different than like my Mountain of Cards kind of readings that I would do with a Rider-Waite-Smith clone or something kind of Rider-Waite-Smith adjacent. It is Rider-Waite-Smith, but I feel like what's going on in the cards, the flower language that's incorporated in it as well, which is great. The seasonal nature of the suits. It has a really great timely quality about it. It's really cozy. It's great for smaller spreads, more like refined questions. And it's whimsical and it's fun, and I kind of adore it actually, which is weird because I usually don't go for like the storybooky Llewellyn type decks for whatever reason. I know it's not Llewellyn now, and I could be wrong. It may not have been published by Llewellyn before, but for me, it kind of has that feel about it. But I don't know, I love it. And I'm a sucker for a fairy deck. You guys know I have so many of them. Like, I'm swimming in fairy decks. The Secret Garden one. Yeah, I'm swimming in fairy decks, but I don't have one quite like this. The Victorian fairies are a very like miniature humans with wings kind of feel about them. I don't know. It needed to happen, and it happened. I'm not here justifying anything. I'm just kind of explaining to you the situation with which it found its way to me, and it makes sense to me. Fae decks in the spring. Oh yeah, and Forhaxa as well, another Fae deck that I like to use in the springtime. Hush Tarot for me is kind of very Fae, but it kind of falls towards the autumn equinox. But I feel like this one being like a complete seasonal story, winter, the swords, cups are summer, spring is wands, and then pentacles is autumn. I don't know, I think it's like one that I wouldn't hesitate to bust out any time of the year, which I think is going to be quite great. So anyway, that is first thing. That is precursor to the coziness of the particular tarot vibe right now. So, I've been away. I've not been buying new decks for months because of the trip, and mind has been in other places. But now that we've circled back around, we're really focusing on like the Pentacles aspect of home right now, how I feel about being at home. My new, like, things have kind of changed here for me. Sorry, you're getting life story. You're welcome. Things have slightly shifted here regards to my role. This spring, we're really taking on more farm responsibilities, and it's a learning curve for both of us, and it's a little bit more stress, but it's like I'm trying to get used to the idea of, okay, this is me now. This is what I do now. This is the way my priorities about going about my life have been functioning has kind of shifted, so we're getting used to them. Shining around the edges, making what's here the best version of itself it can be, making you know, the home, the sanctuary, etc., etc. Which, again, it's easy. It's spring. Everything is so beautiful outside. It is like peak bloom right now. The solstice is this weekend. Everything, like the fullness is happening. We're very like fruition kind of feels. My Davis card for the last week has been harvest, so which is it timed itself perfectly with us doing hay. So which is funny because it's literally like the picture on it is a hayfield. So anyway, it was great. But yeah, it's been very that. So I need to really get good at honing the practice of finding so much purpose and beauty and meaning in the little things of life as it exists now, which is great. But then I need to like be able to carry that forward through to like winter. Like getting good at stuff now is great, but we need to be able to like apply it to the darker times when it is more of a struggle. So anyway, honing those feels, and tarot's been helping. So an oracle deck that I have literally not been able to put down since I got back. It's kind of been insane. Another surprise. This is the Dream Song Oracle. This is an Angie Sullins deck. I have another one. It's like the Nature something mystical. Divine Nature Oracle. That's the one. And I like it. It's okay. It's kind of fun, but it's not one that I feel drawn to use all the time. Whereas this one, I have been unable to put it down since I got home. I've been mixing it with everything. It's been pairing with a couple of really amazing decks. And yeah, here, I'll show you. That's just the box, just for context if you want to, you know, like, it's one of these ones. Very, like, look at that. I don't know. I'm into it. In a, like, I don't ask too much of it. I don't, like, give it, a lot of weight of a particular theme. It's an oracle deck, and it has its own vibe, and that I let it kind of be what it is without overthinking it, which is great. It's nice to not put too much pressure on your decks to perform in any given way. But these are the backs, very cute. I mean, hey, look. Nice. And the cards, so they've got a little bit more of like a dark, moody feel about them while still being whimsical. It really feels a lot like the Oracle of Mystical Moments and Tarot of Mystical Moments, and a little bit of like Dreamkeepers vibes about it, but it's funny because I couldn't get on with any of those decks, but this one, I feel like just the color scheme, the darkness of it, has, I don't know, it's endeared itself to me in a really wonderful way. I cannot stop using this. The messages are fun. They're a little bit, it's just one phrase, it's like a key phrase, but it's deep enough that kind of lets you wiggle around in it a little bit, and it pairs really well with tarot decks in my experience so far to kind of give a fleshed out message for a daily pull, which is mostly kind of how I've been using it. So wow, it's just super fun and really great. And I'll show you. Okay, the first deck that I absolutely had to use it with, let's make it, because I think, yeah, we'll do it this way. Put it in the middle. Zoom it a little. Zhuzh this over. Sorry, Hazel. You gotta move, sweetie. Okay. The first deck that I was like, oh, I need to put that with, that is this guy, which I've had for ages, and I don't think I've ever mentioned it before because it was one of those ones that it didn't sing for me in the beginning, but now that I have a little friend for it, it's great. This is the indie version of Buudaca's Tarot of Earthly Delights. That's what the box looks like. And they're coming out with a mass market version of this right now. I think it's Rockpool, maybe? Don't quote me on that. Could be Schiffer, or Red Feather, or whatever they call it right now. Anyway, the book is greatly detailed, which I should take a moment to really get into, but I never do. I just kind of, you know, read the cards like one does. But I don't know. I feel like they go so well in their own kind of like collagey, whimsical nature. Color-wise, whatever. I don't know. It worked. I was kind of desperate to use them together when I finally picked up this one, and I don't know. I feel like sometimes they really do sing. Oh, the other interesting thing about this one. So this deck, Buudaca's Tarot of Earthly Delights. Do you know who Buudaca is? I've been to, was it Colchester Castle in the UK? I think that was her home base. She was a Celtic, is that correct? Yes? Kind of warrior queen. She basically helped lead the locals in the area against their oppressors in olden day times. That's me speaking without too much context to not make too many mistakes, but she was basically venerated, well, not respected. She's a historical figure, shall we say, known for her kind of leadership tendencies and ability to rally a crowd against the invading forces. So and she was known to ride a chariot as well, which I think is very cool. Anyway, so that's who the deck is named after, which is very cool. And then the Earthly Delights part is a reference to, sorry, I'll flip through while I talk, reference to Bosch's painting, The Garden of Earthly Delights, which is a very, actually, I literally a couple of weeks ago put my eyeballs on that actual painting in real life. It was at the Museo del Prado in Madrid when I was there. She's crazy. Like, was not expecting. There she is. She's got her own card in this deck. Buudaca the Queen. There she is. Her hair should be long and flowing and red, but anyway, that's just, I think it's just the collage image that they use. But they got the chariot action down there and some birds for funsies. But anyway, yes, Garden of Earthly Delights by Hieronymus Bosch. I saw it in real life at the Museo del Prado, which is pretty incredible and amazing. So another little like synchronicity and tie-in for the feel of that. But yeah, it's if you've not seen it, it's a triptych. So it's like a painting that has two hinged panels on either side, much like this actually. And then they would like fold up, and then they would open it up and like a wow. And then this side, this would be like earth, and then one would be like paradise or heaven, and then hell on the other side. And it was very detailed, and there's also lots of like weird little like intricate details going on. But it was like a very, it is really just the influence. It's a very like, even though it seems like wacky and wild and kind of dark in some areas, it is very like, very Christian coded, but it's I don't know, it's quite cool. There was another one that was like a prototype that he did first, and like everybody was of course standing around the Garden of Earthly Delights, but the other one, which the outer panel, so when you flip them over like this, there's paintings on the back as well. Actually, they're half sized, so it would be the other way around, and they would close like this. And then there was on the back side of the other paintings panels was a pilgrim as well, so it was very like very timely and wonderful. But anyway, I just thought it was great. Cute little synchronicity, ties everything together, kind of perhaps is influencing my obsession with these decks right now, but I don't know, I think they're great and they're so cool. And if you want to wait a little bit, I think it's right shortly, the mass market version of this is coming out. And it's cool as well. So the suits are tentacles, ether, what are the other ones? It's combustion for wands, and fungi for pentacles or earth. So they're pretty easy to discern. Like that's very much the Two of Cups. That's the Five of Pentacles. Like it's, oh, it's great. I love it. Super fun. And I've been enjoying these together. So that's one pairing with this that I was using quite a lot and enjoying the heck out of. The other deck that I've recently been using the bananas out of with this is the Tarot of Tales and Legends, a lovely little Lo Scarabeo deck. It's an art compilation deck, which Lo Scarabeo, in my mind, is famous for. These are some of the best decks they make. In the little tuck boxes, that's feels correct to me. This one is a compilation of the art of Henry J. Ford. There's also, you know, the Rackham Tarot, the Duloc Tarot, the Gustave Doré Tarot. There's a Bosch one. Very cute. I should bust that out with this as well, just for fun. The vibe's a little different in that one, but you know, you get the idea. This one, I've been using with it for my daily pulls lately, and it's been just so good. I just love it. It's very fairy tale, and some of the cards, it's a little bit of a stretch for the image to, you know, traditional tarot meanings, but sometimes that's nice. I've really been kind of enjoying letting my mind kind of push the boundaries of, you know, tarot related expectations, and then plus having like the grounding aspect of the message in the middle. So in this welcome presence, Six of Cups, Eight of Cups. It's a nice
way to kind of center the message and then kind of expand on it on either side with tarot, and it's beautiful. Leap like you mean it. The Tower and the Nine of Cups, like, that's, I don't know, it's, of course it's gonna be great. But the art is just, it's really quite fun. I was originally a little bit turned off by like the yellowy borders on this. Like they could have been more golden, but whatever. It's just a aesthetic flourish. And I really do enjoy the art in the Tarot of Tales and Legends. And it really kind of helps lend a fantasy vibe to the very whimsical nature of this Dream Song Oracle, which I guess I don't consider it really like a dreamy deck. I don't think about it as like being asleep and, you know, traveling the world of dreams with these. They're kind of like almost a metaphor for like the projection of life that I get to be living right now, right? But I don't know. I feel like the fantasy aspect of this is doing it for me in great ways. And it always lands. Very, very rarely do I pull a set of them for my day that's not that doesn't have something important and timely to say. So I don't know, I love it. One more. Why not? Unfurl the wings of forgiveness, Queen of Wands, and Five of Swords. Very good. All right. Okay. So that's enough of the Dream Song Oracle for now, but you'll probably see me talking about it in future because it's just so fun. And I have actually, as I often do with the Los Scarabeo Tuckbox decks, I do go into the little white book just for a little. So I'll do the reading. I'll interpret it with my, you know, tarot knowledge and intuition and all that jazz, and then I'll go and read the little snippet in the book, and it will be, you know, sometimes it might shift the perspective ever so slightly in a useful way. Other times it'll be like, oh, okay. And then, you know, I'll go about my day. But yeah, I mean, it's beautiful. It's she's the moment for me right now. Another tarot that it's giving right now. It's giving right now. Heartwood, this guy. He's so cozy and homey, and for me it really feels like if I need to, when I'm focusing inward on home and self and the small magic and just like the little moments, especially when I'm like looking to like work on my space. What are the little neglected corners? Where do I need to focus some energy? And that sort of thing. This deck is perfect for that. It really is. This is such like a home deck. This is the homebody deck. I love that there's no people in it, which is interesting because it's like technically an animal deck, but they're personified in like, it's not just like boom, the animal and then have the message. The message in the cards comes from the setting, the action, what it is they're doing in the scene, as opposed to like just the animals themselves. Because obviously the mouse is this little guy, he's present in all of them. So it's, I don't know, I love it. It's such a homey deck, and it feels perfect for right now, especially based on the book that I'm currently reading, which we're going to do a tangent for right this particular moment. This was a recommendation / I saw it on Krista's Instagram and I was like, that looks so cute actually. And then she told me a little bit more about what it was about and I was like, yep, I'm gonna read that. So this is what I'm reading right now. I'm currently on chapter 6, so I've just started essentially. Look at that, those pretty lavender edges. I've never had a book with like colored sprayed edges before. I don't know if it's too much or if it's just the right amount of ridiculousness and whimsy for a book, but I thought I'd give it a shot. But I'm on chapter 6 and I'm having the greatest time. It's so nice. It's such like a low stakes read. I'm not like pressured to learn anything particularly. It's just like a fun fantasy romp. Look at the little winged kitty. There's also a talking spider plant named Kaz, and I love him also. I mean, it's fantasy so far. It's just cute, and you know, I've been having a great time. So this is Spell Shop by Sarah Beth Durst, and obviously like I haven't finished it, so don't take a recommendation from me specifically, but I don't know, I've been having fun with that. And I feel like this deck, this abandoned cottage in this in this deck really feels, especially for me, like the abandoned cottage, which is her old home that she comes back to on this little island after like the city burns to the ground. So anyway, it's like a book tie-in for me. I'm really enjoying it. Couple more cards. You've seen this a million times, so I'm not gonna go into too much detail, but it's a great one. So this is a Three Trees Tarot deck, Heartwood Tarot, Adam Ohlers, and Stephanie Bros, and it's a winner. I mean, I'm gonna love this little guy forever, for sure. An oracle deck that goes really well with that last deck, as well as one that I just like to pull for daily draws. Or just kind of whenever, like every couple days, you know, I'll just have out just as the vibe. I have not been able to stop using this. This is a Greenwich Oracle. And like, initially my brain was like, ooh, that's cheesy, but I bought it and I can't stop using it, so I love it. Fight me. I had the book for a time. Okay, so the illustrator of this deck also has done a tarot deck, which I will grab right now. Midnight Magic. Sarah Richard. Is that correct? Sarah Richard. Yes, it's true. Okay, sorry. Yes. Sarah Richard is the illustrator. Anne Murphy Hiscock? Is that right also? She's the creator of the Green Witch, like the theme. So, yeah. Erin Murphy Hiscock is the author of the Green Witch book and all of the other Green Witch things. So like the themes and the content come from her, but the illustrations are from Sarah Richard, and she's done the Midnight Magic Tarot, which is a fun one, but I need to bust it out more, but I feel like because it's just mushrooms, I don't know. I don't use it as often as I perhaps should, but they go really well together. You know, as visually. But the content of this is really what I'm into, and there's such a variety of cards in this oracle deck that it feels every card is a surprise in like the best way, and it always hits super correctly. The mushroom deck, I don't know, I love it. I think it's beautiful. I've just not found my favorite way to use it, and maybe this summer will be the time to explore that, because it really is gorgeous and would also look really good with this, come to think of it. But anyway, that's not what we're here for. This was just supposed to be a quick visual reference. This is the center of attention right now. This little guy, the Green Witch Oracle. It's so fun. So it's a keyword, and then it's got, or it's like a title, and it's got 3 keywords. So it's very intuitive, really easy to kind of get your message, or, you know, what you need, or just, especially if you're the kind of person who engages within the witchy community. I know not all of us tarot people do that. So, you know, take or leave what you're feeling. But I think specifically lately with my like inward home focus and trying to find the magic in the little things, I feel like I'm like gaining more and more of that like small practice aspect of what I do. I've really kind of, the esoteric stuff has been shelved for now. I've been taking a break from like the deep esotericism, and I'm really like coming back out to the practical aspects of my practice. And this deck is really great for it. And it's, again, a low effort, low stakes oracle deck. And it's so nice and so comforting and cozy. It goes, as I said, really well with the Heartwood. I would love like a Green Witch themed tarot deck by this creator. That would be, or like a Hearth or Hedge, not Green Witch specifically, because there's a lot of other aspects that can be brought in, but just like without being too Wiccan, just something that really kind of sits well in the modern ethos of that kind of cottage witchy feel, you know? Anyway, that's, in a perfect world, I would love that existed, but I'm really happy that the Oracle does. And it's, I don't know, it speaks to me, it sings really quite well. And I enjoy it greatly. It's a winner. So, it might seem, it is a bit simple, but again, we can always extrapolate with our own base of knowledge and how we practice and do things, but I don't know, I like it. I don't have to justify anything. I think it's cute, and I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna keep using it because it's so nice and so fun. And it feels perfect for right now. Late spring, coming up on summer. Speaking of coming up on summer, as I said, the solstice is this Saturday or Friday night, somewhere in there. My family has just, it's funny, my dad has always infinitum had a summer solstice party, and it's always been the 21st, but I think technically this year the solstice lands on the 20th, but that's okay. We will have it on the 21st because that is what we do. So there will be a solstice party. I am famous for forgetting to bust out the Seasons of the Witch decks in time, so I've remembered this year. So I'm gonna try and switch my daily pulls from this to be from this, but it's hard because I'm like, I don't want to tear myself away from this one right now, and I don't want to overdo it on the Oracle decks because that is the thing that can happen as well. I'm, quite not famous for, but I've done that before where it's like, okay, I've just noticed I've pulled like 9 Oracle cards and then haven't actually done any like taroting with it, which I feel like it's nice to have some tarot context when working with Oracle decks because it can be. Oracle decks to me feel a little bit like a little sweet treat, right? Whereas tarot is the meat and potatoes of a reading, and then an Oracle deck is like a little sweet treat, just to, it's nice, it's soft, it's nourishing in its own unique way, but too much of it can make you not feel good. If that makes any sense. So yeah, that's my weird opinion on oracles. Like, I love them. I think they're great. Having a variety of them is wonderful, but at the same time I kind of equate them to like a sweet treat in a reading, and the tarot needs to be present in some way occasionally. It's about moderation and balance, you know how it is. I'm not saying, it's like, hey, whatever you want, but just know that you'll feel better in the long run if you add some of like the tarot nutrients and not just rely on what Oracle decks specifically have to say. But Litha, Seasons of the Witch. This one is illustrated by Tiana Lukovic, and I think these are so cute. They're so fun. Again, very low stakes. Bring it up because they're kind of detailed, and they've got, everything you need. I very rarely go to the book with them, to be quite honest. Mostly I'm going to say this. I don't love what the book says. I don't like how it's phrased in the book, how it's worded, and some of the ideas are outside of my personal perspectives on how to engage with these themes in a witchcraft context, but I like the cards themselves, and I usually don't have too much of a problem with the little blurbs on them, and can definitely take what I need from them in the context of a little sweet treat reading. But I'm not going to pull like a 10 card spread with just this deck because I feel like that would be it's not how I like to read. And no shade if you do that, that's how it's meant. There's a lot of, actually, these are usually known for having huge spreads in them, as specifically designed to pull lots and lots, like a Celtic cross with entirely Oracle cards. Like, that's, to me, that's wild, but I don't know, it might work. I've never done it, so I can't pass too much judgment, but I like them as just, one or two at a time, usually just one. But it's nice and sweet, and they're beautiful. This has a really nice late spring, early summer solstice feel about it. I'm a sucker for flowers, you guys know. So it just, makes sense to pull it out now, because in a month we'll be moving on to the next one. We'll be Lunasa time. So I was mentioning in the Discord as well with everybody that, like I was talking about, like, I remember to pull this out. Now is the time. Don't forget, because I always forget. But someone else had just purchased, instead of all 8 of these decks, because it does seem like, you feel like you're rotating through them quite quickly as time begins to pass in an increasingly rapid manner as one ages, which it definitely does. They've got 4 of them, and they just use 1 per season. I really like that idea also. So instead of feeling like, oh no, I'm shackled to buying all 8 of these, that's ridiculous, it's a cash grab, which, makes sense, especially they are coming out with 4 tarot decks, 1 for each season as well. So whether or not I would get those, we will see. But you just having 4, like pick whichever one you feel most appropriate for the season, and then just work with that for, you know, the 3 months of each season would be just as beneficial, and that saves you the, you know, overwhelming feeling of needing all 8 of them. But if you're, you know, feel like collecting them all, they are there, and really you can find them on sale quite easily as well. So whatever you choose to do, there's lots of options. That I really like the idea of just having the 4 of the Oracle decks as well. So you can really get to spend the time with them too, right? But anywho, a fun little guy, and should be coming out for me right shortly. / right now. Actually, I did. I pulled one last night. I got this one. I got Lemonade. Make the most of your situation by opening your mind to new possibilities. Very life gives you lemon situation. And I feel that. I feel that about, okay, like, this is my life. This is where I live. This is the life I've curated for myself. Let's make the most of it. It really, it kind of landed in a, like, I was already thinking about that, and then the card came out, and I was like, yeah, okay. Just tell me what I'm already thinking. How fun. But yeah. So that's like the vibe right now. I'm having a great time, as you can clearly see. My excitement for tarot has come back, and it happens. Well, tarot and oracle, card work in general. It ebbs and flows. It goes through like cycles and waves, and right now I'm very much into it, and I'm really liking it. But I gotta watch it because I do get excited, and tend to buy new things when that happens. But I saw this. And it goes with, it's been going with everything. So this is Erin Murphy Hiscock, who, as we talked about, was the author of the Green Witch Oracle deck and the books, etc., etc. And she's come out with this bird oracle, and it felt perfect. I didn't have to think about it too long. I was just like so much yes. Look at these backs. I need this as wallpaper. My kitchen. Yeah, I want to redo my kitchen. I want to paint my cupboards. I just want to fall in love with my life again, you know? It happens. We deal with it, but I haven't actually used this or shuffled it yet. We're gonna have a look at it together. Not the first time, but it's a bird oracle. And it's like technically an animal deck, but I think with it being just specifically birds, we've got our title and 3 keywords. I don't know. I feel like I can work with it. Also, I'm obsessed with the choice of art. I think it'll match so many things. I think this will go great with the Heartwood. I think this will go great with the Tales and Legends. I feel like this will go great with the fairy tale, the Victorian Fairy Tarot. Like all of everything. This little deck family is just gonna like play together so well. The hardest part will be choosing between which ones I grab, but I feel like this is just adorable. There's a cormorant. It makes me really want, because I don't have, because I'm stupid, Krista's Cottage Witch Oracle. Why didn't I buy that? I think her shop's not open right now either. Krista, if you're watching, is there a way I can still purchase your Cottage Witch Oracle and all of the subsequent expansions? Will it be coming out again? I know you've got that new Mary one, which is amazing and adorable too, so I feel like I'm gonna be throwing money at you soon, but yeah, anyway, this whole feeling, this whole vibe has just been lighting me up these days, and I don't know, just the life and liveliness of early summer, late spring, before we get into like the oppressive heat and the drone of the cicadas. Then now is more just birdsong, bumblebees hovering over my head in the locust tree, baby deer springing out of the hayfield. Oh, it's just such a beautiful time. I'm so glad to be here where I am right now. It's easy to be appreciative, but anywho, so this little guy is a new one that I can't wait to get in. And this feels like a me deck in some weird backwards kind of way also. So, anywho, love that. It's another little Simon & Schuster deck. They've been cranking out some really good ones. Eyeballs on them for sure. But yeah, Spiritual Meaning of Birds Oracle deck. Like, I feel like this falls into like the cozy grandma deck category. Yes? Do we agree? I think so. Alrighty, and the last one. I feel like I've been on like a deck accumulation spree the last couple of weeks. Just, it's been so long, and then, you know, but It was time. I saw this deck. It's French. This is the Divine Muses Oracle by Marie Bento. They printed a mass market version of this in French, not English. So I ordered it. And it's cute and adorable. I've been thinking about the Divine Muses Oracle for ages. It's one of those you see pop up all over the place. And I think it works quite nicely. Oh, there's the backs. Very, very cute. As coming at it from if you're looking for inspiration, or if you have specifically a need to look in a certain direction for an answer to something, this deck kind of acts as a personification of that energy. Like, it can be a muse for you, which is very excellent. It is French, so I will get good at knowing what these mean. However, Google Translate is great, and one of the things I learned when I was away in Spain is how you can get your phone. Where is it? Here it is. Look at how cute my phone is. It's very not cute. Oh, look, there's a storm developing. That's great. Love that for me. Google Translate. Here we go. French to English, and then you go camera, and then, sorry, I'm sure everybody on the planet knows this, but me. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. So if you just hold it over the card, it will, there we go. It translates it in the image for you. So, amis sûrs means soulmates, which, if it will focus, there we go. So I can do that for the cards, as well as the guidebook. Where's the, it's in alphabetical order, yes. There we go. And then I'll just hold it over that, and it should, there we go, translate it, and I can read the guidebook. Easy peasy. So thank goodness for modern technology in this case, because I can interact with the guidebook very, very easily. But yeah, so each of them, they kind of have a noun aspect about them. They're very like a person, place, thing, but a great place to direct you to look for inspiration or answers to the questions you have specifically. But yeah. I feel like this will go well with the Buudaca Tarot as well. Stretch Tarot is screaming to work with it as well. Oracle-wise, there is that Vintage Wisdom Oracle, but Oracle on Oracle for me isn't, I tend to not do that very often, but I felt like it was one that it was about time it made its way into my grubby little paws. But yeah, there's an unknown card. Yes, that's up there with the nothing card. And I love a yes and no in a deck too, just for context. If you're making an Oracle deck, feel free to throw a yes and no card in just for fun. But yeah, it's gorgeous, and you know. So if you've been looking for this deck, they're available mass market. In French. I don't even like I think the problem is the indie deck isn't available anymore as well. So, but yeah, I can think of quite a few decks that this would go with. But yeah, very cool. Specifically, those Stretch Tarot, I think, is going to be its best friend. So I picked up that one on a whim. That's the Divine Muses Oracle by Marie Bento. And that, for now, is going to be the tarot roundup. I guess it was a bit of a roundup instead of a catch-up. We did catch up. We did talk a lot about the decks I've been using. But there has been new ones come in because of the excitement has just been permeating, and it's been so long, and it's just, I'm loving it. I'm having the greatest time. For the members, there will be a additional video talking about the box I got from Tarot Collectibles. There's 3 more decks in there, but those ones are a bit more practical, a bit more traditional tarot. So we'll go into that, and in great detail. I'll show you guys my experience opening them, and there's also a very cute little springy guy in there. So members, keep an eye out for that video. Otherwise, thank you guys so much for being here. I hope you enjoy this little tarot smorgasbord and this little catch up full of fun little tangents, a little snippet into the garden and how it's going. And just the way, just an example of how I am feeling about the time right now, how I'm planning on working with the energies of the season right now, and really it's hard not to, because it's just so incredibly beautiful and perfect. And Norman. Hey everybody, this is Norman. He's new here. I love him so much. Hey little buddy. It's amazing how random things pop into your life just when you need them. Hey little buddy. Full of energy. 8 weeks old. Little monster. Very brave. Excuse me, sir. Norman. What did my foot ever do to you? Come on. Yeah. You have to be nice. Stop it. Be a good boy. Precious angel. Don't go down there. Don't go down there. That's not a good place for that plant either. So yeah, I'm a cat parent again. What is he doing? Climbing on my couch. Oh. The chaos of tiny cats, but it's okay. I love him, and with any luck, I will convince husband to let him be a house cat, so I can have a little cat to cuddle with while I'm reading, because my dogs during the day are not the most cuddly creatures in the world, but that's okay. They're allowed to. Anyway, that's what's going on around here these days. But yeah, just really getting into the season, feeling my way through my practice, interacting with the natural world around me in a really connected and beautiful way. And I'm trying my best not to get distracted by all of the things that want to like come in and crush that magic for me. I think that's the problem. I've lately been letting a lot of the kind of, I don't know, modern skepticism really get to me, and we don't we don't want that. I want to be able to kind of relish the magic of this time of year and just feel, you know, the you know, what it's like to see the world from a fairy's eye view, or, you know, fall into the fantasy of tales and legends, and, you know, read compelling stories of blue-haired ladies going back home to her little shack in the woods. Like, it's the feels right now. It's the vibe, and I'm loving it. I have a really strong renewed appreciation for the magic of home and family, and kind of a renewed understanding of where love comes from. And I don't know, I'm excited about it. So that's the vibe right now. I hope you enjoy. Thanks so much for being here, guys. I really appreciate it. Happy summer solstice. Make the most of that light. Soak up every drop. Make some sun water. Charge your jewelry. Do all you can to really worship that glorious sun, and you know, let it know that it is most welcome, and that I hope it has a wonderful descent into the dark times, because that's what comes next. We are on the decline in the amount of sunlight department, and then harvest will come, and then it is fall, and then it is winter, and then we do it all over again, and it's magical. So anyway, big thank you. Love you lots. I'll quit yammering. I'll see all you extra fine people in my next video. Bye.